Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Welcome on into the Alton Amphitheater on a beautiful August Saturday night. CJ Nasello, Dan Herkert here with you. It's our daily show and a little bit of pre-show action here for you. Man, it is starting to cool down beautifully here right before the Alton Jazz Confluence takes the stage. Gates just opened. It's the Alton Jazz and Wine Festival, and man, another great one lined up.
It is going to be a great day. We had a few bumps in the road after yesterday afternoon storms with some power issues, but all the props in the world to our Parks Department for getting everything squared away today. Folks, we're down to only about 1 or 2 tables left on the stage still for sale. Lots of general admission, but if you want to be on that stage, get down here to the box office.
Well, and I'm telling you, just hearing a little bit about that, I mean, folks, what maybe the entire Riverbend region doesn't realize is that downtown Alton got hit with a monsoon yesterday when nobody else really got that much weather, and down here there was tents everywhere turned over, but you guys really just adapted well with the park and recreation staff and everybody involved.
They got on the phone. We got here. We had no power to our walk-in cooler. Thankfully, we had power to the stage, but they jumped on the horse and got a hold of Ameren and Wegman, and we got everything back up and running. So far, so good. The weather's turned out beautiful. I encourage you to come down for a gorgeous evening on our riverfront.
Well, and we were just talking, too, with the Alton Jazz Confluence, and, man, they're excited to take the stage. They do so in just about 25 minutes, but who's counting? If, guys, if you haven't heard them yet or listened to them, they're fantastic.
They're the best we have to offer within our community, and like I've said over and over again, they're going to be the headliners at this event in the very near future because they are that good.
What I thought was really cool is just seeing Left of West was stopping, and I got to talk to a few of the guys, and they were writing out their set list just a couple of minutes ago. You know, they're feeling it out as they go, and I love that.
They're listening to some of their sound check. I was very impressed with them. They're going to be a great addition to this event. We have Jim Manley as the headliner. He was here earlier for his sound check. I've known Jim for a while, seen him a lot of times. It was great to catch up with him. We told a few stories about our mutual love for Maynard Ferguson, and Jim is going to put on one heck of a show to cap this evening off.
I'm excited, and folks, if you haven't seen the weather forecast, when this sun starts to set, it's going to be about 70 degrees, 68 degrees when Jim takes the stage, and you talk about date night weather, you got charcuterie boxes this time. I was looking at them with you, man, and those are beautiful from Brown Bag.
They are. Brown Bag has done a great job again this year. They've been very popular every year, so we encourage folks to get down here and try those because Brown Bag's hard to beat, one of our great local establishments.
And guys, I'm telling you what, the atmosphere in these nights, if you haven't been to a Jazz and Wine Festival yet, is just really cool. You see it behind us here. Alton Amphitheater stage is now turned into a jazz club, and what I think's great too is that year after year, this becomes an event that people really do mark on their calendar.
They really do. It has taken over this weekend, the weekend of Labor Day weekend. I know in talking to Jim Manley, our headliner, he's got a lot of people coming over from St. Louis that have not been to this event before, so we're looking forward to more people experiencing what we have to offer because every time we get somebody here for any event, they always come back because they love our city.
100%. And what I thought was great, too, is just seeing the event of staff in full force, and everyone tonight just loves this event. It's a personal favorite for so many.
It's become a favorite because we work so hard to turn it into a successful event because we have such roots in jazz in this community, so we really wanted to be put on the map, and we've won awards for this event, as Sam Foxman said last week, and he'll be able to talk more about that later. But this event's really turning into the heart of jazz in the metro region.
100% over. And, you know, speaking of last week, we previewed Jazz and Wine then. And, guys, while we have you, if you haven't looked yet, Riverbender's wallpaper is the Alton Expo because next week, Thursday, starts the staple event in the region.
Well, there's already things coming into the parking lot for next week from Lures Ideal Rides, and they'll be coming in tomorrow evening and into Monday morning to set up for next week. So once we get this event over, it's tear down and right into the next.
Well, and it's got to be nice to have a really an event kind of tailor-made for this experience, because you guys do have such a quick turnaround, and with this setup, it seems very efficient, but also really encapsulates what you're trying to accomplish.
Well, it's back. This will make 3 straight weekends, because we had food truck last weekend of different kinds of events on our riverfront. That there's something for everybody. So I encourage you, if you haven't been down to our riverfront, get down here. If you like jazz and you like great music, and we got some great wines for you to try, come down this evening. And then next week, come down for the expo. We've got a great lineup of musical entertainment. We'll have Lures Ideal Rides, and we've got some great food vendors.
And Dan, just getting back to tonight, gates have just opened up. Alton Jazz Confluence are actually walking up behind us. They'll be getting ready to join us on the show here.
They'll go on about 6:30.
And then what time does Left of West take?
Left of West will go on about 7:15, and then Jim Manley will go on about 8:30.
And it's going to be a hell of a set. Everybody that's performing tonight is just wonderful. Dan, I know this is a personal favorite for you. You got to get busy because you're emceeing this tonight.
I have been rolled into being the MC for this evening, so I'm going to have to get down there and get my notes together.
Well, Dan, I'll let you go do that. We got Alton Jazz Confluence joining us right now on top of the Amphitheater Hill. You stay there. We'll stay here on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit villagedispo.com and shop now.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
All righty, welcome back, 6:12. It is a Saturday night right here on top of the Amphitheater Hill. CJ Nasello here with you. It's the Alton Jazz and Wine Festival. We got members of the Alton Jazz Confluence. We got Joseph Hicks. We got Josh Last. God, I knew I was going to do this to you guys. And then we got Wesley LeBron. Did I do it?
Yes.
And I knew I told Wesley I was going to botch his name, and I did it. Oh, man, I'm sorry. So how are we doing today? Are you guys ready for a great set?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be good.
So fill me in on all the preparations that you guys do to get ready for a show like this.
Well, this was very last minute.
Was it?
Yeah. Originally, it was going to be like a quartet, and then that fell through, and so I was like, okay, let's do a trio, right? And then this guy is just... This is our second time playing with this guy.
Really?
And so Yeah, our drummer from last week, he had some plans fell through. Just fell through, and so this has been last minute stuff, and so he had to get through all the music. It's sounding pretty good. So.
How's that learning curve been? Pretty good for you?
Yeah, it's not been bad. It's not been bad.
So how do especially two rehearsals in or two basically 2 times together?
Yeah.
How do you guys adapt so quickly? Is it just going back to your roots and just going back to all that you learned, or is it just feeling it out?
I feel like the more you like play with people, you just kind of understand. You know, it's like I think 2 rehearsals is not enough, but it's also like we definitely are playing now. We're more comfortable with each other, and I've played with these guys a couple, not with this group, but like separately.
Well, and Joseph, last time we talked, how's things been since the last Alton Jazz and Wine Festival?
Chilling. I'm doing all right now. I've been getting more gigs and stuff. I've been playing. I think I've sound better than last year. So.
Really cool. And then, Josh, fill me in down there. What do you do in your music throughout the year without the Alton Jazz Confluence? Is there any other projects you're a part of?
Well, yeah, I study at SAUE.
Oh, cool.
And I have a bunch of groups with people there. One of them is the ROJ Collective with me and my friends from high school. And then
what's that group about?
It's kind of similar to this. We just do gigs and it's about, I guess, just the chemistry we have with one another, because we can really play like any song. Like we'll just, if we have a gig coming up, we'll just like shoot out ideas of being like, hey, I want to play this song, or I want to play this song, and then we learn it. And then usually we don't have any rehearsals. We just figure things out on the gig. And that's, I think that's what that group is all about. It's just like the chemistry.
Yeah, that's cool. Wesley, what are your some of the projects you're working on, man?
I don't do a whole lot of jazz. It's just I do whatever I need to do at the time.
There you go.
I'll play.
That's the mind of a musician right there.
I'll play with some choirs up at the Bridge Church. Sometimes we'll do drum set. Sometimes some more orchestral stuff.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Just whatever.
Well, and what are some of the songs you guys are going to go through tonight?
We actually have a lot of original music this
really
time.
Cool.
Yes. One song from me and Wesley's band director, Chris Jordan.
Fantastic musician.
Great musician. Great
where at?
Alton.
Oh, really
Alton,
cool. Yeah,
yeah.
You guys have a great director out there.
Great. Yeah. Just amazing. He's a great writer too, so I wanted to play one of his tunes. And I got another tune. Great person. Yeah,
awesome.
Very good person. I got original by me that really wanted to write a modal tune, so I was like, okay, I'll put this in here. So it's pretty good. I think. I don't know.
yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
And then, I gotta ask you though, out of all the jazz that you guys play, what's your favorite type of jazz? Because there's so many different variants of it.
I love a lot of fusion.
Really?
I'm a big fusion guy.
Yeah.
The box office. You know where it's at?
No, it's down there, way down. It's down to the bottom of the hill, unfortunately. Sorry, guys, we're live on the air. And back to the Alton Jazz Confluence, though. With being tonight, how long are you guys playing for?
It's only gonna be about a 30-minute set, but
very brief.
Very brief.
Yeah, very brief.
Very brief this time.
But see, I like brief though. Because once it's brief, if you get everything good, then who needs an hour?
Yeah, exactly.
They'll remember the 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, what are you guys looking to do the rest of the year? Any gigs you want to promote?
No, not really. I kind of just see it how it comes. There's nothing really on my schedule right now for gigs wise, but
I'll be somewhere.
Where are you going?
I have no clue.
There you go.
Wherever I end up.
I like it. Good answer. That's a good answer. Josh, what about you down there?
I'm with a group, El Draco and Free Nation, and they El Draco he's an artist from St. Louis, and our group has I guess like auditioned, or we've participated in the NPR Tiny Desk contest a few times, and we've been in the finalists each time, I think. And this last time we got very close. We were in the Top Shelf series, and we're doing a bunch of shows. I think this year we still have a few more. We're playing at the art fair, I think it's the Clayton Art Fair. And then we're gonna do a show next year. Oh, and we're playing pre-show music at the Intersection.
Oh, cool, man! Really cool.
Yeah, well, not in the actual what's the word? Not in Music at the Intersection,
Oh, okay.
but one of in the festivities leading up to Music at the Intersection.
That's still cool.
Yeah.
Man.
And then next year we'll be playing at Music at the Intersection, and yeah, that'll be pretty fun.
That's really cool. And this, I just think it's great that you guys are out here because you got to show some of these old guys that the young guys still got it too. And yeah. Now, going forward, are you guys looking to come back here next year? What's that look like?
I've been playing this place for about 4 years now.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, so ever since I was a freshman.
So that's actually all of the Jazz and Wine Festivals.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing it next year since I'm going to be in college and stuff, but if it's on a Labor Day weekend like this, yeah, totally.
I think so, man. It's just really cool because it's awesome to have all the community support too, because you guys got like, people that are from the school district that come out and just, it's really awesome to see that component of it.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of that too, as we're getting into tonight, we talked about a few of the originals that you're going to play, but is there one piece of music, one jazz piece that you like to share that kind is your favorite to keep going back to?
That's a really good question.
I don't ask many of those, man.
There's not, we've only played about twice. There hasn't been much we've been like going back to per se.
But just personally, is there...
I do like Green Dolphin Street.
Yeah, that's an art set tonight, and I would say that's a good one.
That's a good one. I've always loved that tune. It's very nice.
Really cool. You guys have anything different? Same thing?
Green Dolphin Street is solid. I like Samba Song by Chick Corea.
Oh, cool.
It's very complex though.
Yeah.
So.
That's awesome. Well, you guys got 10 minutes before you're on the stage. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Well, all of you got about 5 minutes to get down here so you can find your seat. It's starting to fill up. All the tabletops are all but gone, but I'm telling you what, the lawn's going to fill up too. We already have people, I think, that broke the gate down. They saw you guys and breached security. They just walked up the hill here. Didn't know what happened. Yeah. We're going to take a quick break. We're on top of the amphitheater hill. You stay there. I'll stay here on RiverBender.com, Roku TV, live from the Alton Jazz and Wine Festival 2024.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Welcome back. Daily Show hitting you on a Saturday night as we are getting into a cool evening here on top of the Alton Amphitheater. And I'm telling you guys, it is just beautiful out here. The wind's starting to pick up, and all these people are starting to come on in here and getting their taste of some wine, some great wine that's being served, and some awesome jazz by the Alton Jazz Confluence. They're getting ready to take the stage in just about 5 minutes. And then after that, Left of West, who's going to be joining us in just about 5 or 6 minutes too, they'll be taking the stage at 7:15. Jim Manley at 8:15. Right now, as you guys know, there's multiple things going on RiverBender.com. So proud of the team of getting everything put together, and we're just really rooting on both sides there in that Alton soccer tournament final with Alton taking on Marquette Catholic, and Nathan's doing a good job and helping me out and being over there for me while I'm down here at the amphitheater and just being here for a great night of music and a great atmosphere too. You know, so many people just right in front of me pulling right into the amphitheater, and it's just great to see so many people coming out and supporting this. Jewel, we need it. And it's just one of those spots that not a lot of towns anywhere in the country can really claim as their own. I mean, nothing's more picturesque than seeing the Mississippi River rolling by the Alton Amphitheater and the Argosy Casino, and then just seeing all the backdrop of downtown Alton, and it's just wonderful to be here. As you guys know, too, we were talking a little bit earlier with Dan about the upcoming Alton Expo, which starts on Thursday with some great music. All Alton Expo, my apologies there. They have music on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The Dirty Mugs are going to be on Friday night. You got Porch Cafe on Sunday at 1 p.m. and just other great bands that are going to be rocking it out. And then, of course, Lures Amusement Park Carnival rides are going to be in the house. They already started putting trucks down over there. So a busy next couple of weeks here in downtown Alton on the amphitheater. You know, we can't, we talk to Dan Herkert all the time. We can't do this without sponsors. And when you have, you know, Argosy Casino and you have Phillips 66 and all these names that are running through the billboard on the Alton Amphitheater's, you know, venue billboard, you can go and support those guys, because without them, you know, we can't do a lot of these shows. Dan talks about it a lot. So it's just one of those things to point out too. What I think's awesome is the partnership that Brown Bag Bistro has found here in this event as well with these charcuterie boxes. This is kind of an update from last year. We're just talking to Dan about this. This is what I think's great. They for, you know, the last 3 years for the event, 4 years, they had charcuterie trays, but now they're really packaged in these nice boxes. It's all affordable too, and that's what I think's great. To have an experience like this where you aren't breaking the bank is unheard of, honestly, in this day and age. And the Alton Amphitheater Commission, Eventive, City of Alton Park and Rec staff, they put it on yet again, and that's why I think this place is so special, is just there. If you're in St. Louis and you wanted to have an event like this, I mean, folks, you'd be paying at least, you know, couple $100 and then some. But think about it. If you just wanted to come on in for general admission, you just want a nice relaxing evening on the lawn here and listen to some great music, $10 for general admission to come on in here. And then all of a sudden those charcuterie boxes are just $25 for a full box of wonderful treats. So you're talking $35 for a great evening. And if you want to add some wine onto it, that's under $50. And yeah, that's just amazing. So big shout out to the staff of Eventive Alton Amphitheater Commission for putting that on. And, you know, I'm kind of interested to see how Dan does with the MCing job that's going to take place here in just about 3 minutes. So what we're going to do, Left of West is going to join us at 6:30. But I think what we'll do is we'll lay out and we'll wait for Dan to introduce the Alton Jazz Confluence. This is one of my favorite shows because of how laid back it is. You know, this is what I think so great. We've been doing this for 2 years now with the amphitheater, 2 years, and every time we do a show, it gets smoother and smoother. So I just wanted to give a big shout out to the City of Alton and the Park and Rec staff that help us and the Amphitheater Commission to help set up these shows too, because it's truly a partnership. And when we can help talk about the great things that are happening down here, and you know, the folks that are coming in, getting their bottles of wine and all of that great stuff, man, it's what it's all about. So coming up in a couple of minutes, Left of West will be taking the stage, will be joining us here, and then the Alton Jazz Confluence takes the stage, and we'll wait for them to be introduced. But also, if you guys are bouncing back and forth while I'm on a commercial break, I encourage you to go support our local athletes while we're taking a pause here. Then give me 2 minutes, then jump right back on and jump back and forth, and let me know how the teams are doing. This is just an exciting night in the 618, an exciting night for the City of Alton, and I am so glad to be here on the Amphitheater Hill bringing you the Jazz and Wine Festival. It shows that Riverbender's committed to bringing you all things local, and big shout out to the team for getting it done here. I got a spider on my darn computer. See, that's one thing about these outside shows they don't tell you. When you make, once you graduate and they say you're making it to the big time, they don't tell you that spiders are going to go all over your computer and things. We're going to be talking to Left of West in just a couple of minutes' time, but why don't we do this? We'll take a quick break. We'll come back in a few minutes with Left of West, the Alton Jazz Confluence taking the stage. That music behind us. We're on top of the amphitheater hill. There's so many people getting ready to come on in and just enjoy a beautiful night in downtown Alton. The weather's starting to drop, the wind's starting to hit up, and it's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You couldn't have asked for better weather, and honestly, you couldn't have asked for a better music lineup as well. So we'll take a quick break, live from the Alton Jazz and Wine Festival on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey, Sherry.
Talk to me, Dream Team.
We've got a showing.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Change, change, change. Change, change, change. Change, change, change. Change, change, change. A chain of food.
Welcome back here on top of the Amphitheater Hill as we are just awaiting Left of West to join us up here in the little bit of the table we got set up here as we're waiting to really just welcome all of you in as more folks keep pouring in here to the Alton Jazz and Wine Festival of 2024. We got the Alton Jazz Confluence that just took the stage. They're playing behind me, and guys, they're just wonderful. I mean, really just every bit of their sound is just great. They took the stage, they had a great introduction, and just really awesome to see them rocking and rolling. You heard them say they're going to be playing 30-minute sets, and then right after that, Left of West goes right in there. We were supposed to be talking to them at 6:30, and that happens every once in a while, so we'll wait for them to kind of get all settled in and then get up here and fill us in on their excitement ahead of the event. We are going to be talking to Sam Foxman here in a couple of minutes with Eventive, and he's going to fill us in on just a little bit more of the work that goes into events like this, and then we're going to talk a little bit more until Jim Manley hopefully takes the table here and fills us in on his excitement headlining this. You know, we talked with Dan Herkert just a few weeks, actually this week. It's been so busy lately, we're trying to remember it all, but we were talking to Dan on Friday, and he was filling us in, and actually we've mentioned it in multiple interviews that Jim Manley was a part of the first Jazz and Wine Festival when they had to adapt very quickly and they had to move it to the boat through a great partnership with Argosy. And Jim was a part of that show, so for him to be coming back here and headline, it's just a great treat. And what I think's awesome is this parking lot is starting to get full. People know that the weather's cooling off. And I don't know if it's you listening to me, but think about it. $10 for general admission tickets. It's truly that incredible to come on in here and just have a great time, you know. And like I said, we're still waiting for Left of West. We're gonna hopefully have that conversation and really just gain insights on their band and just ways that we can support them going forward. But as we were talking to the Alton Jazz Confluence, just a great treat for them to really be out here too. I mean, they're just great kids and you know, young adults that are truly leaders and going to be leaders in this region. They're, you know, what I was talking with Dan about too is that it's these kids that are on the Alton Jazz Confluence year after year are just, you know, always achieving academically. They're achieving through their music, and just great to know that hopefully in a couple of years we retain their talents and they get to either grace the stage at the Alton Jazz and Wine Festival or lead us in another endeavor. And that's what I think's great about this event, because really music spans all generations and it spans all ages. So to have younger performers on the stage and really having, you know, true, you know, maybe more seasoned individuals on the stage after them, and then having that headliner, it really makes for a great produced event. And that's what goes to the Eventive Amphitheater partnership. It really goes to show that really a good produced show goes a long way. But if you can't see it behind me, more people are starting to fill in. You see it on your screen here, and you see it behind me. Plus, over here, the parking lot's starting to get full. It's starting to be a great Jazz and Wine Festival turnout so far. Now, bottles of white and red wines are available for purchase today, too. Also, if you're watching me, get on down here because you still got time. Gates just opened. No rush. Come on, it's a relaxing night of great jazz music and charcuterie boxes. They're really nice boxes. I mean, we were talking with Dan earlier. They're not trays. It's the way Brown Bag did it. I mean, it's really nicely laid out. Great treats in there. And of course, they're going to taste awesome because they're from Brown Bag Bistro. But, you know, there's just so many great components, so many great additions, and I'm just glad to be here. We're going to be talking to Sam Foxman for sure around 6:45-ish. And we should be talking to Left of West here any time now, guys. But, you know, when we're doing events and things during live shows, things like this happen. And while I have you, too, make sure you mark your calendars for next week, Thursday through Sunday is the Alton Expo. And it's really great to be out here for the Alton Expo. I'll be broadcasting live from the Expo on Saturday, and that's the fun one. We're going to have a lot of cameras, and we're going to be talking to everybody, I think, and just having a good old time. If you see me and want to have a conversation, want to come on the show, I think we're going to let people do it and just have fun. But Alton Jazz Confluence just wrapped up their first piece, it sounds like, and they're going into their second. But just to hear that music behind us, it sounds beautiful. And I would be jealous of all the people in the beautiful buildings, apartments, and condos, too, that are right over in front of us here across from the amphitheater. I'd be jealous of you guys because you have a great view, a great spot. You're right at home, and you get to listen to this beautiful music all night long. Plus, the folks at the Cracker Factory, I can see that in front of me. They're outside on the deck, and they're just having a good old time listening to this music, and just makes it for a wonderful night. Temperatures are dropping, and that's what makes it even better. It started off when we got here. It was 94 degrees when I walked up here to set the tent down, or didn't walk up here to set the tent down, but the computer down. And all of a sudden, we're now dropping to 88 or 85. We'll get down to 80 and then mid to high 70s by the start of Jim Manley. You can't ask for anything better than that for an August Saturday. And it's the last day of August, too, as we creep into Labor Day weekend. And so many things happening this weekend, parades, and RiverBender.com will be up to date and on top of those, your daily dose of local will. But as we're here on top of the amphitheater hill, where are you? General admission tickets are $10, and you get to have the sights and sounds of wonderful jazz music all night long. Plus, you get charcuterie boxes from Brown Bag Bistro for purchase. Plus, you get red and white wines for purchase. Of course, you get the wonderful beer selection that the Amphitheater Commission has available for you. You get other food items that are available for purchase. It's a wonderful evening. You got to get down here. It's the Alton Jazz and Wine Festival 2024 right here on RiverBender.com and on Roku TV.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team. We've got a showing.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts No. 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Oh, welcome back here. Look who I found, Sam Foxman. Good to see you, man. How we doing?
Good to see you. What a night.
It's
perfect.
I'm telling you, they didn't believe me. I say, guys, by the time Jim Manley takes the stage, it'll be 78 degrees.
It is. The breeze is just hitting me perfectly.
Yeah.
The wonderful sunset. I mean, couldn't be a better night for jazz in the open air.
Well, we were just talking to Sam. Jim Manley's hopefully going to join us at 7:15 about the Alton Jazz Confluence. These kids are making me jealous.
Listen, if I had this kind of talent at that age, it just blows me away every time I see them. You know, they played here for the last 2 years at the festival, and they go to Alton High, And one of them goes to SIUE, and they've been playing, in jazz sessions all around St. Louis, and they're really starting to get a little bit of a following.
They really are, man. And what I think's great is these are great individuals too. Very, I was just talking to them right about 6:15. They came up and just, hearing all the ways that they support each other, and just, what I think's great is how relaxed they are. Because I don't know if you knew this, but their drummer had 2 days had two rehearsals with them.
Yeah, I mean that's true talent when you can walk in almost a pickup gig situation and just sound that solid. And I was talking to the drummer, as you mentioned. Some of his influences are heavy hitters too, like Stuart Copeland.
Oh wow.
Neil Peart, Steve Gadd. So this guy knows his music, that's for sure.
Well, and what I think's another great touch too is just how you guys really lay this event out, because it's not every day you'll see an amphitheater of any size turn into almost a jazz club, literally an identical jazz club with tabletop service and bottles, and just a wonderful experience for all that are on there.
There's a funny story behind that, actually. So one year, the first year it was open air, outdoors, fantastic, good weather. The second year, it just starts pouring down rain the day before, and it doesn't stop. So we actually moved the entire festival into the Alton Bell.
Oh, shoot.
So what we learned, though, in the process is I was standing in the back of the room with my staff, and we're like, this cabaret thing really works for this. What if we took that intimacy and just moved it onto the stage at the amphitheater? So that's how that setup
You nailed
came
it.
to be.
I mean, you guys nailed it with it, and it's one of those atmospheres too where everyone has an up close, almost a front row seat. It doesn't matter where you're at on that stage.
That's right.
Well, and now take me through the lineup. We have the Alton Jazz Confluence. You guys can hear behind us. They sound wonderful, playing original tunes too, which I think's even cooler.
Yeah.
You have Left of West getting ready to take the stage as well. Give me some thoughts on them.
Those guys, again, young band. They're kind of like jazz classics with a modern twist,
Oh,
or
that's
with a
cool.
little bit of
Yeah.
attitude.
Yeah.
So, I look at it as jazz standards with a little bit of 70s funk, maybe a little soul, R&B. But they've been playing around St. Clair, O'Fallon, Belleville. But those guys are starting to get some traction too. So I think that we're going to start here, take it up a notch with a little bit of soul and funk. It should be a good night to leave us off with our headliner.
Man, Jim Manley's just a talent.
Oh, man.
I think, one time I was with Ray Hartman doing a music show on Friday nights, and Jim would be on our Schlafly Beer Music Hour, and every time that he would come on, people would just want to hear him talk about music. He's a knowledgeable guy, but the way he sounds is just phenomenal, too.
Yeah.
But his music knowledge is unpaired.
Unbelievable. So Jim is not only, I think, one of the best horn players in the region, he is a true OG in St. Louis jazz.
Yeah.
I've known Jim for probably, 28 years, something like that. Funny story, when one of the first jobs that I had was booking local bands for parties and weddings and events, and Jim's band was one of the ones that I represented. So as a kid with long hair and a beard, I was booking Jim's band, and that's how I got to know him. And he is such an amazing player that when the greats come in town, they all know who Jim is.
Wow, that's incredible. And Jim also played at the Alton Bell, didn't
That's
he?
right.
For the year you guys had to move
That's exactly
inside.
right.
All right, it's all coming together.
Full
it's all
circle,
coming
man.
back to me
Full
now.
circle.
Also, what I think's great too is the charcuterie, now boxes. Because last year it was trays, and they've always been nice. But Brown Bag really kind of evolved this year with these new charcuterie boxes that look great.
Yeah, well, the wine selection is being elevated. The food selection is elevated. Plus, now, in the last 2 years, we've had the concessions outlet.
Mm-hmm.
Bathrooms are closer. This is if you want to see open air jazz, this is the spot to go.
It really is.
Yeah, this is it.
Well, and Dan was talking a little bit earlier too about just some of the recognition that this event's received already. And Sam, it doesn't seem like you guys are done with this anytime soon.
Yeah.
It just let's keep building this up.
Yeah, well, as you can see, this just started, and people are still flooding into both entrances.
Yeah.
It's getting more popular, and the interesting thing that I'm seeing this year is it's more diverse from the audience. You've got young people here on dates.
Yeah.
you've got some of the OG jazz fans that are here, and then you've got people that are checking it out for the first time. So I think it's a great offering for this region.
I was just saying that too. We were driving in the golf cart, and the first person at the box office was a young couple that just wanted to stop in. And I'm not saying it's me, but I did make the live read that what better date night than Jim Manley at 75 degrees.
Yeah.
Just saying. I don't want any kudos, just a statue.
Right. I think it would be a good way to impress a first date.
That's right.
I'm just saying.
Well, and just the atmosphere too, because you don't get this river and this view every, in every spot you go to. And Sam, you've been booking events and been a part of this industry for so long. What makes the amphitheater, just the venue itself, so unique?
Well, there's not many places like this. There's this. They have an amphitheater that I guess you could consider it a sister property in Chesterfield, which is also run by the city. But that's really it. There's nothing of this size, the 4,000 capacity size, that has this kind of view that is sitting right on the river. It's so unique to see a show here. So you're not in a 20,000 capacity amphitheater like Riverport Amphitheater or where have you. This is a very intimate boutique experience.
Well, and that's what I think's great too for this region, because you don't have to feel like you need to buy a $500 front row ticket to have a good experience. You can have one for if you pay
$10
for
and $20 tonight.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, and getting back towards future events, you guys have a quick turnaround because now we're getting into Alton Expo time.
Yeah.
What does that start to look like for you guys?
Yeah. So literally, we've been week after week. I think I sat down with you last Saturday, and same thing. So we'll turn around, and I think our load-in begins on Thursday, and then we've got 4 straight days of Expo. And that is just, a cornucopia of events and activities, as you know.
Yeah.
There's no rest for us. We're just knocking them one after another in Alton.
Well, and it speaks volumes to your crew too, because that's not a small ask. I mean, even though you guys have a lot of experience and you guys are used to this, it's still, just to get this done and get especially 4 days worth of multifaceted events. That's pretty impressive, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, we're passionate about connecting audiences with music and with entertainment. So it's something that fuels us, and we also have a passion for the craft of planning events.
Right.
So to get to do it in a beautiful place like this is really a treat.
Man, it really is. And look who I found. Hey, why don't we do
Look
this?
Look at this guy.
It's Dan Herkert. No, why don't we do this? We'll take a quick break. We got, about 10 minutes left, and we'll come back with the headliner, Jim Manley, right after this on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit villagedispo.com and shop now.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
Hey, mama, don't you treat me
You're
wrong.
listening to Our Daily Show
Come
with
and
CJ
love me, daddy,
Nasello.
all night long, all right now. Hey, hey, all right. See the girl with the diamond ring?
Welcome back, Daily Show live on top of the Amphitheater Hill with the headliner, Jim Manley, Dan Herkert, the commission chair of the Alton Amphitheater Commission. Here with us, too. Gentlemen, how are we?
We're good. And we're almost going to call it off because it's not 100 degrees.
For a week and a half, I kept seeing the report starting to shift that we were going to have beautiful weather.
Thank God.
And I turned it into our live read. What better date night than Jim Manley and 78 degrees?
78 degrees. I'll believe that when I see it.
Well, Jim, you're the headliner tonight here at the Alton Jazz and Wine Festival, but a couple of years ago, you were a part of this event over at the Alton Argosy Casino when they had to move it because of the rain.
That's right, yeah. I had a quartet that day. Terrell Stafford, a great jazz trumpet player, was the headliner, and that ended up being really great, man. The inside, it worked out perfect. Yeah. Right, Dan?
Argosy was a great partner that year.
Well, and now being back here and headlining the event, what's it mean to you just to come back in and be a part of it?
Well, it's great, man, because I've been part of Alton for a long time. I played at Fast Eddie's for 16 years. Not jazz, mind you, at Fast Eddie's, but I was in a pop band. We played there 16 years. I played over at Bossa Nova. I played when they dedicate the statue over there. So I actually have a lot of friends that are still over here in Alton, and it's a thrill also for me because I'm bringing an 8-piece band, which I don't ever get to do anymore.
Man, that's really cool. Fill me in on some of your bandmates today.
So these are guys I played on and off with, and it's just a joy to get them all together. And we actually had some arrangements written by our trombone player, Jim Owens, just for this occasion. And we have a great drummer, Keith Evans. We have a great sax player, Joe Bear, Chris Miller on trumpet, a monster guitar player named Randy Bear on guitar. We're going to unleash him on a few. Keyboard player I work with all the time, Mr. Arthur Toney, and Glenn on the bass, Glenn Smith.
Sounds great.
That's 8 people, isn't it? Did I count right?
You're asking me. That isn't a good bet. Well, Dan and I were talking, too, leading up to this event, and just about how St. Louis has this rich history of jazz music. I was a part of I had the opportunity to talk to Joe Bosey, the likes of, and all these wonderful folks. And, Jim, you know better than anybody about that scene. If you could, fill our audience in about just how rich it is.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And speaking of Joe, he just turned 90.
That's incredible.
That's unbelievable. And I knew Joe when I was a kid, and that's a long time ago when I was a kid. I was born young, but that was a long time ago. And I just saw Joe on his birthday. He's
awesome.
Still out playing. He plays the vibe, plays the trumpet. And St. Louis has a very rich history of jazz music. We have Clark Terry from there. We have, of course, Miles Davis was born in Alton, but then he's St. Louis. There's been so many great players come from St. Louis, and really a lot of great trumpet players.
Well, and Dan and I were talking, about maybe some of your certain common interests in music. And Jim, before we get into that, take me through some of the jazz that inspired you to be who you are today in the industry.
Well, I grew up in a family that weren't really music people, and definitely not jazz. So anybody in my age group, of course, heard Herb Alpert first, Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. And partly just because of that one album cover, Whipped Cream and Other Delights, if anybody knows about that. They're my age. But and then I was very lucky because my high school band director was a great trumpet player. And when I got to high school, I really hadn't heard much jazz, but he had a little record shop, mail order record shop out of his basement. And in my senior year, I had 3 free classes. And every day he would bring in a different jazz record. And that's how I fell in love with it. And then Dan and I have a mutual guy that we love, and any trumpet player that was alive from about 1950 on fell in love with a guy named Maynard Ferguson, who was my absolute first, really just knocked me off my feet, when I heard him on a record.
Absolutely.
And then by that time, when I was in high school, he was back touring in the United States, and I've seen him many times and actually became friends with him. And he sat in with my band, and my band opened for him. It was quite a joy.
That's
But
incredible.
It just goes on and on. We could sit here all through my whole set and just list trumpet players that we love.
Yeah.
Right, Dan?
Well, hey, it's the instrument of the gods. I mean,
Yes.
come on.
Yes, Dan has a point there. It is the instrument of the gods.
Well, and as we're gearing up for tonight, you have about just under 2 hours before you take the stage. What are you looking forward to playing the most? I know it's like asking about a favorite child in a softball,
you
but
know, you're right. Well, when I was deciding what tunes to put together here, my original concept was going to be kind of all funky, and then I thought, it's such a wide, diverse jazz. The jazz umbrella is so wide. I mean, there's so many different kinds of things to it. So I put a pretty crazy list together. So there'll be some funk. There'll even be some Miles 80s, a lot of Miles, some Dizzy Gillespie.
Nice.
So there's all classic tunes, even some things from movies we put together. So some will be swinging, some of it will be burning, some of it will be funky. And we even have one ballad that's going to be great for tonight when the sun goes down. It's from, it's an old Betty Goodman song called Moonglow. That's from the 40s. And you might not know the title, but you've heard it in a bunch of movies.
I'm excited for it.
And since Benny can't be here tonight, I'll be playing his part.
So you guys had to adapt on the fly a little bit?
Well, yeah, it's very rare that I get 8 people together, and luckily Jim Owens, the trombone player, is a great arranger, and I just throw out ideas to him, and we got together and literally wrote charts just for the show.
That's incredible. That's wonderful. And that's
Yeah.
what I think so special about tonight is just the diversification of music, too. But look at the crowd. I mean, there's so many young people here, and young, old, doesn't matter what walk of life. They're here just to have a great evening downtown. And, Jim, I'd be excited if I were you just looking out there and seeing how many are eager to get ready for you on the stage.
Yeah, we're really excited. I'm just so glad we have a great turnout and perfect weather, and this ongoing festival is fantastic.
Well, we continue to grow, and I have been the one harping every year to bring Jim back as the headliner because I was introduced to Jim's music in high school. My biology teacher was a trumpet player. My band director was a trumpet player.
Wow.
And my biology teacher was a huge fan of Maynard Ferguson, introduced me to Maynard, took me to my first Maynard show, and then one day he walked in and handed me a CD, and he said, "You need to check this guy out. He's over in St. Louis." And I fell in love.
That's incredible.
And I've been listening to Jim's stuff ever since, and he is one of the heirs to what Maynard produced in the jazz world.
Thank you, Dan, and I'll give you that 20 a little later.
Well, as we're just getting back into the night, folks, you still have time to stop on in here and be a part of it. The sun's starting to set, the temperature's keeping dropping. And did you get any of those charcuterie boxes yet, Jim?
No, I haven't, but I'm looking forward to that.
They're friggin' awesome. Brown Bag went out of their world today with just these boxes.
And folks, I got to tell you, we have great news. All the tables are sold out on the stage. But you can come hear great music. You can hear Jim on the stage for $10 to sit out here on a gorgeous evening in the lawn.
What better? I mean, seriously. $10. Well, and Jim, getting back into just your time here in the area and just upcoming gigs, is there any current albums out that we can get our hands on or anything that we can go see out upcoming?
I have a lot of records out. I still call them records. That shows my age. And most of them are available on my website. It's just JimManleyMusic.com. If you're on Spotify, you're on Apple Music, I got a lot of stuff out there. Anything from big band to modern jazz to funky jazz, all kinds of stuff.
Well, and one final question. You mentioned some movie pieces earlier. What's your favorite jazz cinematic piece that was ever...
cinematic piece? We're going to play one tonight, and it's from The Wizard of Oz, but I'm not going to give you the title because I like people... it's one of these songs that you hear and you go, I know that, but I can't think of what it's from. So I'll keep the title a secret, but it is from The Wizard of Oz.
Well, and Jim, best of luck tonight. I know that so many people are excited. Dan's emceeing the show, so he gets to introduce you. That's going to be awesome, too. And did you get a chance to listen to the Jazz Confluence as they were playing those young guys?
Yeah, I heard them when I was coming up. Man, they sound great. And I'm looking forward to the second group.
Left of West is going to be awesome.
Left of West, yeah, I just met them all in the parking lot.
That's awesome. Well, Jim, thank you so much for your time. You guys have a couple of minutes to get on down here. Dan, any final thoughts?
Get your butts down here because we got one of the best in the business going tonight.
There you go. With that being said, we're out of time, but we'll see you right back here on Monday for more of our daily.